increases investor confidence in the Ghanaian economy. "26 distinguished Ghanaians and 7 foreign nationals honored for their outstanding contributions towards national development." Hello, very good evening. Welcome to GBC24 and GTV, your live on News Hour. My name is Afriwa Dakon. The visiting French Prime Minister, Mr. Manuel Valls, has ended his 2-day official tour of Ghana. France has expressed investor confidence in the Ghanaian economy and is ready to increase its investment portfolio from the current €1 billion. Briefing the media at the Kotoka International Airport before his departure, Mr. Valls said France is also supporting Ghana's agri sector as well as small and medium-scale enterprises with funding through its development agency. On security, Mr. Valls said his country is partnering Ghana to intensify the fight against terrorism. Both Ghana and France have pledged to reinforce their cooperation for the mutual benefit of their citizens. Vice President Kwesi Mr. Arthur, accompanied by other government officials, were at the airport to bid Mr. Valls farewell. The French Prime Minister came to Ghana as part of his 3-day country tour of West Africa. Mr. Valls has since left for Côte d'Ivoire. Before his departure, the French Prime Minister Manuel Valls had paid a courtesy call on President John Mahama at the Flagstaff House in Accra. The visit to Ghana by Mr. Valls is part of a 5-nation African tour. Diplomatic ties between Ghana and France have improved under their current leaders, both of whom were elected on social democratic platforms. Napoleon Atokito reports.
Became French Prime Minister 2 years ago after his Socialist Party suffered an electoral bruise in local and legislative elections. In the aftermath of that exercise, President François Hollande chose him as Prime Minister to help steer the affairs of Europe's second largest economy. 4 issues which has engaged the French Prime Minister most are the threats posed by terrorists, keeping the European Union compact, the management of immigrants across Europe, and ensuring that the local economy is vibrant. In spite of challenges confronting his country, Prime Minister Valls is visiting a number of African countries, including Ghana, for strategic reasons. France still maintains a francophone empire in Africa, having been a colonial master to such countries. France is also a major security and trade partner to a number of African countries, with which it enjoys a kind of symbiotic relationship. The French have increased their share in foreign direct investment in Ghana, which President Mahama described as an expression of economic and humanitarian relationship.
The relations between Ghana and France are historical, and those relations have kept growing from strength to strength. I remember with sincere appreciation the several times that President Hollande has received me at the Élysée Palace. It has given us the opportunity to discuss issues of mutual interest between Ghana and France. And I believe that those visits have taken our relationship to an even higher level than they have been in the past.
We have a special relationship with Ghana. You are a member of the Francophonie organization, and we're all convinced that Africa is the continent of tomorrow and Ghana is playing a major role in it. So therefore we need to carry on our relationship, be it at the political level, economical level, cultural level, at every level.
President John Mahama has at least visited France on 4 occasions in the past 4 years. This is the first reciprocal gesture by a senior French politician within the 4-year period. Napoleon Atokito reporting.
President John Mahama says his pledge to establish a university in the eastern region will come to fruition. The president, who made several stops across Edukom, Odumase-Kobo and Akonsombo while on his eastern regional tour, re-emphasized a determination to provide universities in all 10 regions of the country. A report once again by Napoleon Atokito.
Mayim is the festival of the people of Krobo. It celebrates the food produced in the land. It underscored the strength and the resourcefulness in farmers in Krobo. President Mahama led the government team which attended the Mayim. At the time he was campaigning in the eastern region, the president held a checklist on Odumasi Krobo and its environs to assess the performance of the NDC administration there. The bad road between Somanya and Pong is substantially mended, while government has earmarked the area between Shai Osudoku and Manya Krobo as an agro-processing zone. The area is replete with fruits, and the president's campaign team made it clear to the people that an NDC administration could locate an industry close to the raw material. The main campus of the proposed Eastern University will be located at Somanya, with another campus at Donko Krom on the Afram Plains. The president said funding is being sourced from the Exim Bank of Korea and that construction will start as soon as possible. The Eastern University will be the third major university to be established under an NDC government after the University for Development Studies and the University of Health and Allied Sciences.
We are proud to have taken the decision to locate the main campus of the university here in Kroboland, contrary to the thoughts of some that it should have been sited elsewhere. Nene, I note your concern about the community nurses training school that has been established here. I'm aware that the school needs a number of facilities in order that it can operate optimally.
At the Technical University of Koforidua, formerly Koforidua Polytechnic, President Mahama explained the rationale behind policies to the staff and students.
Young people who finish JHS and SHS can go into the Youth Employment Agency and during that period be able to learn a skill so that they can also come out and go into the world of work. That is why we have the Youth Enterprise Support Initiative, which we started with a seed money of 10 million, so that graduates like you who have an idea, you want to become entrepreneurs, you want to become employers, not employees, you can apply to the Youth Enterprise Support Initiative with your idea. They will help you develop it into a feasibility study, and they will finance it. And then you set up your own business.
The president also campaigned at Edukrum. Akosombo was his last port of call. The NDC has always made a strong showing in Kroboland, and reflecting on the past, the president projected another solid performance there in the next elections. Napoleon Atukito for GTV.
Well, the flag bearer of the NPP, Nana Akufo-Addo, has asked Ghanaians to massively vote for the party since he will deliver on his promises. Addressing rallies in some constituencies in the Greater Accra region, Nana Addo said he will not fail Ghanaians when voted into power. He said the One District, One Factory, Zongo Development Fund and free SHS policies will be a reality under his tenure.
Nana Akufo-Addo and his team visited 3 constituencies in the Greater Accra region, Okankwe Central and South and the Ablekuma Central, to drum home his message of hope to Ghanaians. At the Okankwe Central constituency, supporters of the party defied the downpour to welcome the MPP flag bearer and his team. Nana Akufo-Addo called on the National Chief Imam, Sheikh Nuhu Shaributu at Fadama, to seek his blessings before embarking on his campaign. Nana Akufo-Addo also visited the palace of the Abekamanje. Business activities at La Paz came to a standstill when Nana Addo got there. The enthusiastic crowd was ready for Nana Addo at the Abrantia Sport in La Paz. Some leading members of the party, including Samira Baumia, wife of Nana Addo's running mate Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, took turns to address the crowd. According to them, the MPP has a competent and selfless leader who has the nation at heart. Mr. Patrick Yabwama, the MP for Okankwe Central, is seeking another term on the ticket of the MPP. Nana Akufo-Addo introduced him to the people and asked them to vote for him.
Ghana Sigano, acquire channel, say no, ya cha a new form. It's yes to say a channel for fraud. I'm going to be able to form it in the Akasha who said constituency beer, every constituency, every year, the equivalent of $1 million.
At Kokompe, a spare parts trading hub in the Okankwe South constituency, Nana Addo was giving a rousing welcome. He told the gathering that Ghana needs a vibrant economy for its citizens to enjoy. Hundreds of supporters followed Nana Addo from La Paz to Kaneshie and Buwashi. At the Kaneshie market, Nana Akufo-Addo promised to put up an ultramodern market when given the mandate. He and some leading members of the party addressed a rally at Buwashi Bishop, also in the Okankwe South constituency. He introduced his parliamentary candidate, Mr. Ahmed Arthur, to the people. Town Council line in the Ablekuma Central constituency was the team's next port of call. Nana Addo introduced the MPP parliamentary candidate for the Ablekuma Central constituency, Mr. Ebenezer Nah, to the gathering.
Every district, one factory. Every district, one factory. To be able to generate wealth. 2008, and Kase and Kamefro. 2012, the moment in the buyer, the premier son and the pre-bedroom in the Besremo, tankers of war, Bombwane, Namu Piane, and Percent, and the bedroom also,
The government will be committed to the security of the nation. According to the party, when voted into power, it will add at least 5 years to the retirement age of men in the Ghana Armed Forces to enable them lead a fulfilled life after service. At a news conference in Accra, the chairman of the Nana Akufo-Addo Select Committee on Security and a deputy minority leader said, apart from combating the military, it will focus on humanitarian activities and tackle terrorism, which is now an international canker.
The new government comes into office, led by Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We will review immediately the defense strategy of this nation. We believe that Ghana's army, the men and women of the Ghana Armed Forces, will not be focused more on combat any longer. There are other things that they will be more focused on: terrorism, cybercrime, helping the people, getting into engaging in things that will support the nation, as well as defend the territorial integrity of this nation and protecting our waters, not just the normal combat that we'll do. So we're reviewing immediately the defense strategy. And if that is the case, the convention of allowing our men to retire after serving 25 years, particularly the other ranks, or called the men, which is the other ranks, we'll be reviewing it to look at the possibility of adding 5 more years. And that means that unless you want to retire voluntarily, but you have the opportunity to retire at 30 years in the fall. We will also provide another military hospital in Tamale. There is a program we call the Barracks Regeneration Program. That is to ensure that people, our men and women who are serving in the forces, all the forces, okay, the Ghana Police, the Ghana Army, the Immigration, all of them who are housed by the state, we will make sure that we give them good accommodation.
Report 26 distinguished Ghanaians and 7 foreign nationals have been decorated with national awards at the 2016 National Honours and Awards ceremony. They were recognized for their outstanding contributions in various fields of national development.
It is said that a nation that does not honor its heroes is not worth dying for.
deserving personalities drawn from various disciplines including public service, statesmanship, judiciary, education, voluntary work, philanthropy, medicine and sports were decorated with grand medals at the 2016 National Honours and Awards ceremony. 7 were honoured with Companion of the Order of the Volta Award by President John Mahama. Five with the Officer of the Order of the Volta and 18 with Member of the Order of the Volta by the Speaker of Parliament, Mr. Edward Doe Ajahu. The Companion of the Star of Ghana went to Dr. Michael Adeniyi Ishola Adenuga Jr. in recognition of his achievements in the telecommunications sector on the African continent as well as Ghana. The award winners include Commodore Stephen George Obimpe retired, Alhaji Hudu Yahya Idrisu, Dr. Kwabena J, Mr. Kofi Totobi Kwache, Vice Admiral Matthew Kwashi retired, and Major General Richard Kwame Opoku Edusei retired. Others are Professor Fred Binka, Professor Joshua Alabi, Mr. John Bello, and Reverend Dr. Seth Mensah Ablo. To some award winners, the recognition will stimulate patriotism and inspire succeeding generations to nationalism and selfless duty.
I never look at the fact that I'm a woman. I also don't listen to what people say women should be. And I saw myself as somebody with a lot of creative ideas. And this is what has urged me on.
Nobody can develop the country for us. It's us. Especially those who have had the opportunity to receive the best education. We owe it to our country to give something back.
2 women, Madame Emma Helen Banga and Madame Anna Kate Kujo, were honored posthumously with grand medals. For GBC24, Shelley Bewa reporting. On the lighter side of news, Nigerian fashion designers are bringing plus-sized models to the limelight in a fashion show organized in Lagos. There's been 30 minutes of news. Talking Point is up next.
Life. Human right number 3. The right to life. What are human rights? Find out at youthforhumanrights.org.
Okay, kids, here we are at the slavery exhibit. Now, as you can see, the slaves were kidnapped from their homes, chained together for weeks. They would cram them onto these ships in very appalling conditions.
Thousands of women and children are being smuggled across the border. Sexual trafficking of children.
As you can see right here, they were treated like animals. They worked all day long for no pay.
In sweatshops raided by police. Children forced into slave labor.
Some of the slave masters were very cruel. They whipped them and they beat them, as you can see in some of these pictures.
Torture and assault. Brutal, even fatal.
So, before moving on, are there any questions?
Does this still happen today?